I personally find it really risky and has to really pick and choose. But so
riding that grade 2.
is that's the plus 5k one, or is that the pre-release one that lets you retire if it hits?
No, that's the
Alright, so
Yeah.
I know what it does.
is it the counterblast one?
Counterblast 1.
Yeah, counterblast 1 plus.
When you're Vanguard Legion, you can counterblast 1 Sentry.
If you're Vanguard's in Legion, not when it Legions, I don't think.
When it Legion.
Okay. Ah.
Legion, but when
Pass
it's
the
Okay,
trigger
it's
over.
okay.
game's 5K.
Alright, so it's a counterblast 1 for 5k when you Legion. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Looks like Genesis player just swung for the rear guards for both of his attacks that time.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give Robbie that second counterblast because he knows next turn Robbie's going to have all the fuel to restand. And so Robbie's just going to start swinging back at rear guards, make him minus even harder for not going at as Vanguard.
Yeah.
It's punishing.
Not to mention he has all the requirements go for Judge Bout this turn.
Yep.
And looks like it's hitting.
Oh, that's a draw trigger, so he's going to draw a lot of... Oof.
And the heal, but he doesn't get the Judge Bout off.
Ripping these heals is so strong. But
Yeah,
that-
no. In testing with the deck, I actually, both players being at 2, my friend didn't have any reverse units playing Glendios, so I needed to try and go for game. But I healed out of the second damage after the crit to try and kill him, and it was painful.
Oh, and that Minerva ride.
Oh, that's really lackluster, especially for this matchup, because he doesn't really get... is actually... Did I see another grade 3 in his hand?
I'm not sure, I didn't really see
Yeah,
it.
it was in passing. I see a Kushinada.
Oh, there's a CEO
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
a CEO in his...
So
Interesting.
just waiting.
I think he's just going to use the Minerva Soul Fodder at this point then.
Yeah.
So that way Robbie doesn't try not to... So that way he's probably trying to lead Robbie on to not playing around
Bad
CEO.
15k column though.
That does work.
Bad
15.
15k column though.
That works.
Yeah. Well, I
Took
think
an
I was
owl
playing
out of
against
his
you at
hand.
YCS where I got Grey Stuck twice against your D-Robos and I just had 17k columns and I kept winning just off of crits every turn.
Sometimes you got
Let me see a
to.
quintet wall coming off.
Oh boy. Well, oh, there's a Norn in there. That's actually going to be really important. A Norn and an Angelica. That Norn's probably going to go right into his soul next turn. So
Probably.
yeah,
it
so
didn't
that's going to be
hit,
pretty good.
And Blaster Dark can't hit, so...
He's also going to have the 3 soul because he rode the Minerva off when he Legions because of the starter. He's going to have around 7 or 8 soul because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's choosing not to go CEO this early.
That Norn is probably going to go back in this... Go into Soul. Definitely
So
right
he's
there.
putting Norn, Angelica...
Getting Cross Ride off.
Okay, so he's trying to go more defensive player this game. So, okay, that's a Chimera.
Yeah,
that
she's one of the ones
there.
that called Rearguard, put 3 Regalia from drop zone to Soul.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good card. I think it's like going for like $6 now because it's like
Jeez.
needed for. It's like a needed 3 to 4 of. It's like that controls the amount of control you have over your soul with this deck is really good. Like usually soul based decks always have the problem of I soul charge 2 triggers and now my drive checks are all dry. Like, or I deck out. Like, this deck almost never pulls from the deck, and if it does, it's only like once or twice.
Yeah.
It relies on the drop zone Norn.
Yeah. A lot of it's with a drop zone.
Yeah, I actually like that. Like this, like the one thing Vanguard didn't have that almost every other card game had was graveyard manipulation.
Robbie killing that starter off.
And the only clan.
So no plus 3 soul.
Yeah, that's actually rough because he just put a Chimera into Soul 2. So if he doesn't have another one, that's going to be really hard to get up to that 6 because he's currently at 4, 5 with a Minerva.
So
Kushina? Okay, he plays
dodging-
Perfect Shield. That Dark is going to swing for 14 at him.
Perfect Shields, I feel in this game, will never be dead.
I personally feel like that too. You can return them. The only time I think they're actually dead is against Christian's deck. Christian's deck, D-Robos. D-Robos isn't guaranteed though. But like I said, when Legion comes out, you can just put back 3, 4 3s and just...
Definitely.
It's like, I don't need triggers in my deck, I need 3s. Let's do this. So yeah.
Oh, and he's going for that CEO.
Oh yeah, earlier I was joking around that you should have named the D-Robo deck Little Mac since your entire game plan out. So that's just
charge
video
up,
games.
Charge up the KO bar.
Yeah, so that's a little Smash Bros reference in there.
Yeah, what was your drive check thing when you did?
Oh my! Just a triple drive check and just kind of force him
Yeah,
out.
that's just that
Flip
triple
it.
drive is ridiculous, especially if you have to discard nothing for it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and it gets hilarious when you have a laurel like utilize. When it's
Well,
almost
the
like,
only problem though is that
Yeah.
you
you
can't.
don't get the triple drive though. You get
you
the
don't
double
get the
drive.
you don't get the triple drive, and you can't have Laurel. You can't activate. You have to activate the triple drive the first time you swing.
Yeah, so the first
That's
time I
the-
swing, it's coming triple.
Yeah, so the typical Laurel plays are usually swing at rear guard because people weren't aware. Like, I played that deck when it was only BTO4 and it was silly with Laurel. Just ride the Dayusha, play. Oh my god, Cosmo Beak. We had a counterblast 2 for that. Oh my
I'm
god.
glad them days are behind.
Cosmo Beak was like a $10 card, and now you're lucky to get a quarter for it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Vanguard.
I mean,
Well, considering Dimensional Robos have the exact same thing in
Yeah.
a grade 2 and a grade 1
not to
version,
mention they have
as a
those cards that
counterblast
work off
1
of Soul too.
and the Soul, yeah.
Yeah, so that soul blasting sort of things can also fuel their Legion too, which is actually going to be really big when we get that. I'm actually very curious to see which Legion we get first in January, because we got the Mirror. Actually, we might even get another one in December, just because they accidentally shipped out way too early.
Looks like the Genesis player does have 6 cards in Soul. Will he use it now to get the damage in?
Would you? Well,
I would
he's been
actually-
going YOLO almost all games so far. Why not stop here?
I
in my
feel like the
person-
wildcard factor really needs to go all in right now, because
This might be his only shot because
Is this 3 out of 5 or no?
No, this is
out of 3.
Yeah, so this is his last chance really to do anything, because he has no cards in hand, so he doesn't have just like the 2-card recovery and grip to come back for, so he has to do it.
Looks like he
Nope.
did not.
He got
Soul
no
Blast.
triggers.
fast and absolutely nothing for it.
No.
Looks like he's gonna have to smack a rear guard for his troubles.
One good thing, he's only at 2 damage.
Yeah, so he has probably another
has
2
time.
turns to try and build up an advantage, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Because
especially
Opted for the
Robbie.
minus have the 10k punch.
Even though Robbie doesn't have the 2 counterblasts, he still has that 1 for Judge Bow, so he can still plus and
Definitely.
just keep the gap bigger and bigger. So
this Judge Bow's going off his turn. I don't think he has enough cards to guard that.
no, he got 2 non-triggers in hand. He only has 10k, and the Legion swings for 27
He's gonna have to hit some triggers on these damage
Well,
checks.
he's not Legion.
or 18. Oh yeah, so it's 18. So
Oh, you hit one.
1 trigger. So
Up
he
to
might
16.
not get it off, but there's always the
if he
tri-
doesn't, though,
it's
that
going
means
off.
oh, it's go. All right. Even if he didn't get it off, though, here's the thing. He only needs 1 damage then to be able to restand. So
Definitely.
you really have to pick your poison with this matchup. Like,
Yeah.
It's game
Which means if it becomes a double soul, it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen again.
yeah. So yeah,
This
Robbie's.
degenerate draw engine. It's just amazing to watch in action.
If you want to see Degenerate Draw Engine, you actually want to watch the Shadow Paladin Witches versus Glendios. The reverses never stay on field, and you get to draw for every single grade 0 they have. It's
Yeah.
yeah, the Reyes effect is ridiculous, especially if you Legion. They get -5 for every 0 on rear guard. So you can put their Vanguard at negative power, so 10k guards turn into like awkward numbers like 9 or 4.
Genesis
You have
player
the guard.
re-legend, looks like.
Wow, he ripped the 2nd CEO. That's the only other one he has.
Or he
See-
re-rode. Yeah.
These top decks are so rare.
He's
The
trying to...
problem is, I don't think he has a way to get back the soul he just used.
Well, he just played one of the...
Yeah, he has 1, so
but
he
that's
has,
only going to be 5 cards in Soul.
right.
He needs another...
He's gonna be
That
short.
trigger
Soul.
behind him would have needed to be the one holding all the grenades. But that's a Cyber Tiger. It's the
It's a
5K.
Cyber Tiger.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, he has the 3 to return off of Chimera. Like, that we know. But he's putting the Norn back for the power boost. He's putting
The
the...
Minerva and the Angelica in.
Yeah.
But he only has 5 cards in Soul. He needs another.
Because he has the 2 from Legion, and he just got the 3 from the Chimera effect.
And is there no other way he can get anything else in the soul right now?
No, I don't think there is. He's out of cards in hand, has all of his cards in play. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Robbie's counting 4 in hand, 1 left there. Yeah, I don't think he has a way to really get the soul.
You just need 1 card to make it.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He's gonna Legion just to try and take cards out of Robbie's hand, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to win this game.
Yeah, no.
Because he's at 4 damage, and he's only gonna have 2 cards in hand. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't run draw triggers.
And what he really needs to do right now is put crits back in the deck, not these grade 2s or 1s.
Yeah.
So he's looking to go ahead and put triggers back in order to help continue his aggression when he gets this.
That's what
I don't.
That's
but I
what
don't-
my personal. That's what I would personally
And I
do.
actually agree with you because he's not going to have the extra 1 crit that could make the difference of him just straight out KOing Robbie, Dimensional
Right.
Police style.
Because even if he gets double crit right now, Robbie
goes to 5.
5, yeah.
It's like,
And
okay.
Robbie has a huge hand to guard
And
the
if Robbie goes to
rearguards.
5, that's just free fodder. Because he can just play...
Look at that hand, though.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot.
How much of it is zeros becomes a question, but now it may not matter due to the fact
Yeah,
that
it
he's
doesn't
short
matter.
one.
He's short 1.
Man,
He needed to have
One
7
card in
cards
soul.
in soul last turn in order to actually get this off, but he only had 6. So, yeah, I don't think the quad 3 deck is probably going to be played by choice.
Yeah.
Like, the wild card factor might have helped him, but it's definitely not right now, because that consistency just kind of came to bite him.
Robbie's not guarding. Looks like it.
well, it's only
No
1
trigger.
damage.
No trigger. 1 damage.
That was quite the whiff on the drive check right there.
And
Robbie
I
doesn't
mean-
need to take anything. Or doesn't have
yeah,
to...
because
any-
at this point he could just call over one of the Sword Break Angels with a Doran and then call a Blaster Dark from hand and not care.
Yeah.
Because he'll have the 2. Like I said, this deck has like almost every way to make sure it has 2 Counterblast. Like, it's really strong, and I can see why this deck tops in Japan so much.
Definitely.
Especially with the nerf to Thingsaver Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
Because that deck would just... Oh my god.
That was just so stupid.
Yeah, my
though.
build... the build I run is actually... I run the Thingsaver Abyss ran pretty much 4 Shadow Paladins. It ran 4 Shadow Paladins because since all the Legion era cards aren't clan specific, when your Vanguard performs Legion, you can use that 1 Seeker as long as you counterblast a Seeker, call out the Makart, so then you can just auto or the Dark Bond Trumpeter, get a 0 the 1 Shadow Paladin 0 you have in deck, and have the restand 1 turn for the Abyss, and then ride over Thingsaver, and you have the soul enough to have Thingsaver twice after that. So you set up 3 turns of restanding of over 20, like 7, 20, 30, depending on what you have behind your Vanguard. So
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
That's horrifying.
Just
I
hitting...
don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
do you guys think that this is dragging on in hindsight? Because right now it feels like literally this is so beyond uphill.
Yeah, this definitely could have been
Oh,
over.
Robbie does not have the counterblast.
It looks like he just didn't have the Dorant column. So,
So he's not going to be able to restand.
I'm surprised he legioned this early then, since he doesn't have the counterblast.
But
Perhaps he's thinking that he's just gonna go ahead and hit him now since he has 2 things.
He has a
left, and
heal that
doesn't
didn't go off
The
because he's a
power to
4.
rear guard.
Yeah, so he has a 20. He has a 22 row and a 15 row.
That 15k row is going to...
It doesn't matter. 15k is gonna.
15.
Oh, he has the cider.
But it doesn't matter
Unless
because
he heals here.
6
Nope.
damage.
This was not
Robbie
it.
Kohl takes it.
Consistency definitely came out on top today.
Definitely.
Quite a terrifying scenario to imagine, but even with
If he lived, that would have been-
That. It could
yeah.
have probably been the way
Yeah.
to get through those scenario, but since he didn't get a chance to get to that point, it was like literally game over at that point. It just felt like just being 1 short. It made a lick of a difference. And
Yeah, that
One
wild
card.
card. I think the
One
best way to
card.
describe the wild card factor is cute. Like, it won in 1 game.
Yeah.
It won in 1 game, but yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Alright.
Right, guys, of our Card Fight Vanguard tournament here at ARG Circuit Series Chicago. Want to thank these guys who helped me out with the commentary for Card Fight Vanguard. Hopefully bring you more of this action down in ARGCS Atlanta and ARGCS Orlando. So thank you guys for tuning in today. It's been a really fun weekend full of card games and awesomeness. If you liked what you saw, at the least follow, and if you really want, you can subscribe. Use that support towards high quality streams and access to emoticons, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and tune in next week at ARG Atlanta. You guys take care.